Everybody likes high gas fees, right? Everybody hates high gas fees. Everybody hates making crypto losses by buying $5 of a token and ending up spending like $15,000 on gas fees. And this has happened, by the way. People have accidentally spent $500,000 on gas fees on Ethereum chain. Why doesn't it happen on Solana? Because it's working differently. It's also newer, it's VC backed, and that's what I feel like people are mostly going for it. Why people are mostly having the opportunity of a lifetime to decide that they're gonna actually focus on it rather than other tokens. And I think this is where the real challenge is in that sense. So Solana about to flip. I definitely want to see it flip. I hope it doesn't flip Ethereum, because that means something is wrong with the system. But obviously, it's an open market in this world, and people can decide where they want to buy and what they want to buy.
But why exactly is this happening? Because we have had a little bit of a chill out period over the last couple of days. And on top of that, we're having meme coins potentially bounce back. So we're going to be discussing that and everything that I think about what is going on in this market. Remember, nothing in my videos is financial advice. And just looking at this.
Oh yeah, and guys, if you haven't already, be sure to smash that like button, because we do have some more awesome updates. There is going to be more opportunities on this channel for basically seeing crypto tokens going up. I think everybody likes to see crypto tokens go up. And I think in the long term, there is definitely a more opportunity in the crypto state of seeing that price hikes, seeing those big gainers in that long-term sense. And I think this is what a lot of people are very hopeful about.
This morning, I made a video and I spoke about Solana being in another bull flag. 1 flag, 2 flag, 3 flag. Is there going to be a 4? But we can see that.
So yeah, I think it's not really bull flags. I think the thing with Solana is a lot of people are just staying in it for the long term because it's very interesting. And it does have the potential to explode. I also feel like the whales are buying a big portion of these tokens. So that's why it's growing so much. So here you have it. Why crypto is growing is also because of these big whales basically deciding, hey, maybe we should buy more of Solana because it should be pumped. So I think there's like two sides to this story. But again, I think the possibilities are endless. And I think it's just the beginning of Solana seeing some sort of a major price hike, major bull run. And I think everybody's going to be really happy once we see an explosion happening. I don't even think Solana's bull run has started yet. I just think it kind of recovered from where it was before. And I think this is what's keeping people so opportunistic about this one, in my opinion. Because there's still potential. Right now, it just recovered from the big bull run.
Here, exactly in this bit, no one's talking about it. So I think that could be incredible. Now, Solana is clearly in another flag here. So this could be an opportunity. You see, we've touched it here at 96, just like we did down here at 67, and like we did here at 64. All of these were opportunities. Of course, maybe it doesn't make it this time, but this right here could be an opportunity, and you'll have to wait to see what happens. And as we can see over on the Solana chart, where is it? It's not there. There it is. Boom. From where we were when we made that video, you would have got a taste.
So yeah, I also feel like right now, a lot of people are buying Solana just so Ethereum doesn't increase, because Ethereum hasn't been growing compared to BNB. And I think that's the big problem here. Like, I feel like Ethereum could have been growing much, much more, to be honest. I'm basically an Ethereum shill, but that's also like one reason I feel like a lot of these whales are saying, okay, Ethereum has already seen price gains. If I pump my bags on Solana, everybody wins. The new holders win, the old whales win, and big whales are the ones that can really make that massive difference in that sense, where they can really say if they're gonna buy or not.
But just days away from 2024. This is the first time this has ever happened. So absolutely huge. Let me know down there in the comment section if you think that Solana could potentially flip.
Look at this, 17% in 7 days. Only BNB can withstand that. Not even XRP can fight with that. And that's really amazing. Like, to me, it seems like that blockchain tokens are really growing because we are expecting them to have video games, to have all these type of activities on it. And I think this is where really that opportunity arises in that sense. Like, a lot of people are just waiting right now to see some huge plans for like some announcement. Oh, we're gonna be building on the Solana blockchain. That's where there is really gonna be awesome stuff incoming in that sense. So that's gonna be a cool thing that I'm gonna be seeing.
Ethereum. That's what a lot of people are talking about. Me personally, I think Ethereum is going to have its moment in the sun very soon. And this is going to take most of the market by absolute surprise. No one's going to see it coming, and Ethereum is absolutely going to rock it. That's my opinion anyway. That's why it's the second largest.
But that's why I'm also like, he's bullish on Ethereum, but I think Ethereum could be already priced in, because a lot of spot ETF whales, they will already know when the ETF is going to be growing. And that's where really the big money will come in my opinion. Like, that's when we will be probably seeing, okay, crypto is now growing in a sense just like we wanted. So that's the crazy thing to me. There is definitely going to be a lot of opportunity seeing Ethereum spot ETF. I don't know when we're getting Solana ETF, but if it's VC backed, if it works fine, we might be getting it late or early 2025.
Position in my portfolio, and I also have a position open with Ethereum now in case that happens. We also saw BNB take back the number 4 spot and really the number 3 spot here at a $48 billion market cap, with Solana at a $46 billion. So maybe it can take it back with this recent run, but only time will tell. Now, this new run of Solana, we can see it's up 3.5% today, has spurred on good old Bonk. Bonk is now up on the day 24%. Now, people on X have been saying that meme coins are dead. They may very well be dead. Who bloody knows? But Bonk has had a very nice resurrection from its death. And we're also seeing my cock rise.
So basically, all these small alt caps are really rising in a sense. And that's where I'm really excited. What can Solana, like... I last time I was wrong about Solana. I said Solana doesn't have price for growth because DeFi is dead. But Solana has gaming. Solana has a lot more other... I said NFTs are dead, and that's why Solana is still going up. I was wrong about that. I actually probably made a mistake calling that, because NFTs might not be the biggest gainer, but people will always need blockchain. They will need spot ETFs in that sense, and I think this is where there's really going to be tons of opportunity for the OGs in that sense. So that's going to be cool to cast.
So maybe if AVAX pulls a Solana in the next couple of hours, we may see my cock rise even more. Of course, guys.
There are obviously meme coins coming and going. So I'm not too sure about meme coins, but I always know Solana is going to stay in that sense. And that's what really matters to me. So that's going to be the cool factor here. But more on that soon.
Very, very risky to be playing with these meme coins. I am only investing money I can afford to lose, and I can also take the ridicule from...
Like, Solana is going to be staying. You can stake Solana even, and I feel like a lot of whales are in Solana, while with these meme coins, the whales might end up leaving in a sense. They might end up leaving tomorrow, and I think this is where the big problem is. These meme coins, they're highly volatile. So if you guys want more content like this, you know what to do. Smash that like button, and I'll keep you guys updated with more news. But until next time, peace everyone. So Sam made another video on 3 levels of wealth, but this time I'm gonna be telling you my honest opinion on his own thoughts of 3 levels of wealth of Bitcoin, and what exactly is going on with Bitcoin. There is a lot of potential. If you guys want to be kept up to awesome content, you know what to do. You know where the like button is. Click it, and if you don't like my channel, you can always unsubscribe later.
Talking about the Bitcoin levels of wealth. What does it mean to have 0.01 Bitcoin? Well, today it means you have about $400 worth of an asset that...
Imagine if you had 0.1 of Bitcoin on the forums 2013. People would laugh at you because you don't have enough. And probably would tell you to buy more, because it would be worth, what, about 1 cent? At that time, depends where you bought it, obviously. But now it's worth about $400, which might not seem like a lot. But I definitely think 0.1 Bitcoin... or 0.01 Bitcoin is still valued in that sense. Like there is probably going to be seeing more rises, but just imagine you own 1/100th of a Bitcoin that went through history, probably went through so many transactions, went through so many places in time, and that's where I really feel like people will start to appreciate it more, to see all these bull run price hikes.
People on Earth have no idea what it is. About 1/10 of the people are super bullish on.
So yeah, most people haven't actually discovered Bitcoin yet. And here he gives a very good explanation. If you give 1 million people 0.02 Bitcoin, which is $800, that's 20,000 Bitcoin gone already. And there's 21 million Bitcoin. So if you give that 1 million people, and I think a lot of the exchanges, a lot of Bitcoin was lost, there's about 21 million Bitcoin in active supply. But because so much of it was lost, we don't even know how much there is in that sense. And that's absolutely insane.
Of course, they could always put in $100K of their $1 million, but they're going to have to spend a lot of money on that, and they're not going to get much Bitcoin in that scenario. If everyone were to do that, the price would skyrocket up, obviously. So I hope you're following along. I hope that makes sense to you. There's just not a lot of Bitcoin to go around. You can look at all different ways, whether you want to look at millionaires buying or the average person buying. There's not much. Also, keep in mind that one of the ways that a lot of people get Bitcoin right now is mining. A lot of large entities get Bitcoin from mining, and then they go sell it or they keep it. But only about 41,000 Bitcoin will be mined globally between 2040 and 2044, barely over 15 years away. So
seems like a lot of Bitcoin will be actually bought up. And I also feel over time, over the next 20, 30, 40 years, a lot of this Bitcoin is eventually going to be lost. I still know people sitting cash waiting for 2 to 60% dip in USD. The thing with Bitcoin, it's really not going to be printed anymore. And I think a lot of bigger exchanges are starting to realize that, like, once it's there, it's out. There's not going to be any of them. There's no reason to have any of these cryptocurrencies in that sense. So that's where I find the real excitement with crypto in that way. Like, there's going to be probably a ton of possibilities with crypto growing up. With if there's not going to be any more to print it, because if you have the dollar, it's always going to be able to be printed more, and that's where I feel the big problem will lie. Like, people can just say, oh, you have crypto, well, that's cool. If you have the dollar, people can just say, oh, I'm just going to buy more of it, why would I hold any of it? So there's the big potential. I feel like that's going to be a pretty big thing. And people are going to be excited about that in that sense.
Money. Maybe it is. Maybe that is all that you need. But for most people, that's not going to be enough. That's not going to be enough to retire. It is going to be better than the average person, though. People are going to look at you and think, oh, man, I should have bought that too. Like, if you knew someone...
I think that happened like a few years ago, as people were always saying, oh, I wish I got Bitcoin right now, but I did not. That sucks. It always happens. It's always the same story. I saw that in 2016. It happened with me. People wanted to really buy, and they ended up not buying, ended up missing out on huge price gains.
Someone that bought a piece of property for $400, then all of a sudden, 20 years later, it's worth $100,000. Like, that's still a good buy. You just...
Same with real estate. People were saying, oh, I wish I bought real estate 10, 15 years ago. All these assets, they will end up growing, and Bitcoin is a possibly very fair bet. Now, this is not financial advice. I'm not saying you should buy it. But I'm saying that most people, they still haven't discovered about crypto. They have most likely discovered about stocks by now. So stocks are really priced in. That doesn't mean they won't go up, but that could mean that Bitcoin could outperform stocks like it did in the past. If you bought it in 2014, you're way richer than buying stocks in that sense. But it's also was way more risky.
Wish they kind of had bought more, right? So this is the scenario that we're talking about, right? You buy $400 today, it's worth $100,000 if Bitcoin hits $1 million. Keep in mind, there's going to be a lot of inflation from here to then too. So that $100,000 maybe is really worth like 20.
So yeah, Bitcoin 100K is really inevitable. Look at this price hikes, it's just growing naturally. But also this, what he's shown is people like the big whales still aren't in here yet. Wallets with more than actual 1,000 Bitcoin is only 2,000 wallets. So this is the crazy part about me, is the wallets that have more than 10 Bitcoin, more than 400K, there's less than, millionaires. There's absolutely no millionaires here at all. And that's the exciting factor, really, where crypto has that potential to win in the long term, where I do feel like crypto will win. Because when we get like at least 1 million 10 Bitcoin holders, imagine the price bumps, imagine the skyrocketing, imagine the small supply that's going to be in the Bitcoin space. So there is going to be probably more people holding these small Bitcoin types, but I'm not even sure how many of these have been lost. Probably tons of these coins have been lost. The top 4 own the top 3%, the top 11% own, the top 100 own the 11%. So some people got in early, but we don't know how many of these actually ended up losing their wallets, ended up losing their crypto. It does happen. So that's the crazy part for me. But guys, like, this is how crypto is super early. You never know when the next bull run is going to hit, and people will start talking about it again like they did in 2021.
There's already not a lot of Bitcoin going around right now. This is the first cycle from 2020 to 2024 where we've seen the supply drop.
So yeah, seems like we are going to be having, like, Bitcoin really does come in cycles, and there's multiple cycles that make Bitcoin rise in a sense. So that's where the real excitement is. And that's what keeps everyone really awake at night.
The amount of Bitcoin coming to exchanges is not high enough to actually make the supply go up on exchanges. All the miners are selling. There are more buyers than sellers right now. That's what we've seen this year. Bitcoin.
So when there's usually more buyers than sellers, the supply ends up increasing, which is awesome. Michael Saylor is coming in and sweeping up with 600 million buy of Bitcoin. So if there's no Bitcoin to buy, the net price naturally goes up. So if you guys want more content like this, be sure to smash that like button. I'll keep you guys updated with more news. Till next time, peace out, everyone.